Hi, Miss Heinrich's class. When we left off, we just got the bad news that the team went without her on a different flight. I really do apologize, ma'am, the gate agent finally says. I've even checked airports in nearby cities. There are no flights out of the area until this evening. I have plenty of seats on our 7 o'clock flight if you'd like me to book you. No, thank you, Mom says quietly. It's too late. The entire airport feels like a vacuum to me. No sound, no voices, no air. Mom walks slowly toward me. I sit there in my new blue and white outfit with new matching tennis shoes next to my new shiny red suitcase, feeling very, very stupid and angry. How could they do this to me? And helpless. I hate feeling like this. Like when I was little and I got stuck on my back like a stupid turtle. There was nothing I could do. Nothing. How long does it take to drive to D.C., Mrs. V asked. I don't even look up. I know the answer. 10 hours at the very least, Dad replies, his voice soft. Go fly airplane? Penny asked. No fly today, Dad says, touching her gently on her head with his good hand. Mom rolls me over to a bench on the other side of the check-in area. She kneels down in front of me. She's crying. I don't think I'll ever breathe again. Mom hugs me. It's going to be okay, sweetie. You're still the best, the smartest, the most wonderful girl in the world. Somehow we're going to get over this. No, I won't. Mrs. V wipes her eyes as well. She sits on the bench and takes both my hands in hers. Oh, baby girl, I know this is hard, but there is just no way to get you to Washington. I just sit there. The morning started out like crystal, but the day has turned to broken glass. When we get home, I ask my mother to put me in bed. I refuse to eat lunch. I try to sleep, but quiz questions and why questions keep flying into my head. Why didn't they call me? Why didn't they tell me about breakfast? Why can't I be like everybody else? I finally cry into my pillow. Butterscotch nudges me with her nose, but I ignore her. They left me on purpose. How could they do that? They left me on purpose. I feel like stomping on something, stomping and stomping and stomping. That makes me even crazier because I can't even do that. I can't even get mad like a normal kid. Penny peeks into my room. Then, when she sees I'm awake, she climbs up on my bed and snuggles close to me. She smells like watermelon bubble bath. She tries to count my fingers, then tries to count her own, but all she knows is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so she says that over and over. Then she tries to teach Doodle to count. 2, Doodle, 2. I feel myself relax in a tiny bit. Oh, here you are, Penny, Dad says from my doorway. Are you making Dee Dee happy? Dee Dee, good girl, she tells Dad. Yes, she is that, the very best, Dad agrees. You okay, Melody? He asks as he comes over to stroke my hair. I nod. I point to Dad's left wrist, which is wrapped in an ace bandage. Yeah, it hurts, he says. That was a dumb thing to do, but I guess it made me feel better. I nod again. He lifts Penny from my bed with his right arm. Ready for a snack, Miss Penny? He asked her. Hot dog, she demands. Do you want me to fix you something, Melody? He asks me. I'm not hungry. I shake my head, then point to the clock. Maybe later, Dad says. I smile at him and he quickly leaves the room with my sister. The phone rings. I hear Mom say, Oh, hello, Mr. Deming. She walks quickly into my room, portable phone to her ear, her palm so tight around the receiver I can see the veins on the top of her hand. No, I don't understand, Mom says curtly. Why weren't we called? She listens to him for a minute, then bursts out angrily. We could have easily been at the airport an hour earlier. We could have been there at dawn. She's almost shouting. Do you know how much this has devastated my daughter? A pause. Yes, I'm aware she's probably the brightest person on the team. Was. The word is was. There is no is. Mom pauses to listen again. You'll make it up to her? You've got to be kidding. Mom hangs up on him and flings the phone into a corner. She wipes her eyes, pulls a tissue from a box on my desk, and sits down heavily on the chair next to my bed. I listen to her blow her nose, and then I turn over. Oh, Melody, if only I could make your hurt go away, she says plaintively. I blink at my own tears. She pulls me up onto her lap. It isn't the snuggly fit it used to be, but it feels good. She rocks me, humming softly. I finally fall asleep, listening to the rhythm of her heartbeat. What happened today was all my fault. I should have listened. We should have all stayed home and spent the day together, but we didn't because of me. When I awoke this morning, it was raining. Thunder, lightning, wind, a constant soaking downpour that laughed at umbrellas and raincoats. The air itself was gray and heavy, thick with too much moisture. I could hear it pounding on my window. Dad came into my room and sat down in our old reading chair. He held his wrist carefully. Mom had put his arm in a sling. "Messy day out there," he said. I nodded. "Your team got beat in one of the late rounds in D.C. last night," he told me. "They got 9th place, a little bitty trophy. But they weren't my team anymore." I tried to pretend like I didn't care. I blinked real hard and faced the wall. "I wish I could fix this for you, Melody," Dad said quietly as he headed out of the room. That made the tears fall for real. At first I didn't want to go to school. I had been excused because I was supposed to be in Washington, and if I went in, I'd have to sit all day in room H5 with Willie and Maria and Freddie. It seemed pointless. But as I thought about it, I changed my mind. I felt the sorry for myself shift to mad again, and the mad made me decided that I was not going to sit at home like a kicked around puppy. I was going to show up and let everybody know they didn't beat me. Mom leaned on my door just then and said, "You want to stay home today? No one will blame you." I shook my head no forcefully. No, no, no. I kicked the covers off my feet. She sighed, okay, but the weather is ugly and I woke up with a migraine. Plus Penny is sick and Butterscotch threw up on the carpet. I had to put her in the basement. She got me bathed and dressed and took me downstairs. Usually Dad carries me up and down the steps, but with his arm out of commission, Mom just grunted, lifted me, and did it herself. She eased me into my manual chair, my electric chair, and lightning storms don't mix well. Hooked up my old plexiglass talking board, ditto for Elvira, then sat down to catch her breath. "It looks like we're going to have one stormy day, honey," she said as she glanced at the wet mess around the window. As she ran a brush through my hair, she whispered, "I'm so sorry, my Melody. So sorry about everything." I reached up and touched her hand. The rain continued to fall. She fixed me breakfast, scrambled eggs and cream of wheat, and fed me one spoonful at a time. She kept placing her palm against her forehead. She was unusually quiet. I wondered if she was thinking about how many times she had fed me, how many more times she'd have to do it. Wearing a floppy yellow hat and yellow duck-footed sleepers, Penny wandered into the kitchen, coughing and sneezing. Mom stopped feeding me, found a Kleenex, and wiped Penny's nose. She hated that, of course, so she screamed like she was being tortured by enemy spies. Normally, Mom makes a game of it and wipes Doodle's nose as well to make Penny tolerate it better, but I guess she didn't feel up to it this time. Then the phone rang. Mom answered, a spoon in one hand, a dirty Kleenex in the other. "Hello? You what? You need me to come in? But I'm off today. I'm supposed to be in Washington." She paused. "Long story." I cringed. Penny continued to howl. She ought to put Penny in the basement with the dog, I thought, frowning. Butterscotch scratched furiously at the basement door. "Penny, please," Mom cried out, cupping her hand over the phone. "I can't hear." Penny quieted a little, but only because she had squatted down on the floor and put both hands in Butterscotch's water bowl, sloshing water all over the place. Mom listened for a minute, then said into the phone, "How bad is the accident? Lots of injuries? Okay, I understand. I'll be there. But I have to wait until I get my daughter on the school bus." Alrighty guys, we'll stop there and take off there next time. See ya.